Hello.
Hello.
What's up, dudes? I'm Erin.
I'm Nicole. This is Dude That's Fucked Up.
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Ooh, spooky.
Ooh. You guys, this is part 2
Oh my gosh.
of the Salem Witch Trials. If you haven't listened to last week's episode, go ahead and do that right now.
Yeah. You got to catch up.
We laid a little groundwork for what we're about to talk about today, so you might want a little background.
We talked about like fucking Puritan
Life. And how terrible it was, and ugh.
Did they have buckles?
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Classic pilgrim.
Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, pilgrims.
Chic.
Yeah.
Pilgrim chic. Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll talk about that in a minute. But do we have any business?
Business. Maybe leave us a review on iTunes if you are so inclined. I would say that would be lovely for us.
Yeah, that'd be real nice. Just, you don't have to like go into crazy detail, but just be like,
but you could if you wanted.
That'd be nice. I love reading the nice reviews.
Sometimes I just go read them when I'm like want to feel good.
Aww,
yeah,
that's cute.
But then I see that one that's there that's like critical, and I'm like, ugh. I mean, there's more than one. But I'm like, oh man. But then I read the nice ones.
Brings you back down to earth real quick.
I'm like, oh, anytime I'm feeling too good about myself, I just organize by 1-star reviews, and then I read those, and I'm like, Nicole, you've been humbled. Move on with your day.
Oh dear. Yeah. Go ahead and rate, review, subscribe if you haven't already.
Would be amazing.
Go to our website, dtfupodcast.com.
Oh my god.
Check it out.
So cute.
Yeah, so like we said, this is a two-parter. This is part 2. But before we get to that, do you have anything fucked up?
Yeah. Okay. Well, kind of fucked up.
I want to hear about it.
Things are just getting very spooky. We're getting super close to Halloween, and it's that time, and I'm just like living in it. Like, I've been pumpkin spicing every layer of my life.
I don't know about that.
No, I do. I know about it.
It's great.
I feel. I bought 4 boxes of pumpkin muffin mix from Trader Joe's. Okay, I spent $200 at Trader Joe's on Friday.
Holy shit.
Which I fully got like weeks worth of like multiple weeks, not weeks. I like really got a lot of groceries. But then they have like so many fun things this time of year, all fall things, like just everything you could want. And I saw those muffins, and I was like, "Oh, I need to stock up," because they run like after a certain point, they just don't have them anymore. It's seasonal.
Yeah.
So I was like, "Oh, I'll get 4 boxes," and they were like sampling them, and I ate one, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I love these." And it's also like, oh my gosh, I think it's been by the time this comes out, it's a year since my surgery.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Your mouth is gorgeous.
Thank you.
You have a beautiful smile.
Thank you. Oh, I'm smiling so big right now.
Yeah.
But those muffins are like comforting to me because like that's what I ate.
That was like the only thing you can like get in your mouth. Yeah.
Yeah, because like I fucking mushed up muffins with applesauce and butter. We know. I microwaved it. I made this like hot paste. It was good.
You just squeezed it in your mouth.
Squeezed it in. I just pushed it into my mouth. No, I ate it with a spoon, a baby spoon. But yeah, so I just like fucking went crazy. And I bought lots of candy and just like all this stuff I shouldn't be buying, but you know what? I didn't care because I was treating myself.
This time of year is cozy, and you need those comforting things.
It's cozy, yeah. And you just like want, I don't know, like I like this season, and I like all the smells and flavors of it. And so
we have to put our winter layer on, okay?
Yeah, I do. Mine's always a summer layer. Somehow I'm the opposite. I like lose weight in the winter and I gain in the summer. It is, you know what? I fucking march to the beat of my own drum.
That's right.
Thank you. And so I got a bunch of snacks, and one thing I got, which, okay, I finally watched Midsummer.
Oh my God.
But only the first hour because then I got bored. But I think the whole second hour is the good one, so we're going to finish it tonight. But it was fine. But the fucked up thing is kind of that, because I only watched half of it. But also, I ate a whole bag of candy corn popcorn from Trader Joe's.
Ew, you gross bitch.
I know. People have strong feelings about candy corn. I like it.
I fucking hate candy corn.
Well, this popcorn doesn't actually taste like candy corn.
What does it taste like?
It kind of tastes like caramel corn, but like...
With a weird aftertaste.
No.
With a waxy coating.
No, it tastes just good. It's like vanilla-y or something. Okay. It's just like, it's good. I think you'd like it. I would offer you some, but I ate it all. It was so good. But yeah, to be fair, I had opened it before I ate it, but I like poured it into a bowl and I like sat on the couch and was just like watching, waiting for something to happen that never happened. Oh. And I was just like eating it.
Where did you stop it at?
The boyfriend of the London couple has left, and I'm doing air quotes because we know he got murdered.
Yeah.
This is the thing. I was ahead of that movie the whole time. Everything that's happening, I'm ahead of it. So I'm like, and maybe there's a twist at the end, but like,
it's just a movie of tension and dread.
But it's not tension because I know it. Like I'm ahead.
The tension is the dread. You know it's bad. You know it's fucked up. Yeah. You know it's gonna be, like but you just don't know how.
Yeah. Well, I feel like the big scary gross thing that happens in the first half, I knew it was coming, and they edited it so that when the character realizes it's gonna happen, she does this thing and she grabs her boyfriend's arm. But by that point, I'm already like expecting it for so I'm like, this isn't effective. I don't know. It's just like, I don't know. I need to watch the second half, but I'm not super into it.
Okay, the thing that I like about this movie is that it's disorienting for you slightly, but you are placing yourself in you have to like completely put yourself in the shoes of these people.
Yeah.
Which is, it's stupid because like you're like, if that was me, I would get the fuck out of there. But it's because this girl is so vulnerable.
Yeah, she's in a bad place.
She's in a really bad place and then she like does mushrooms like immediately, which is so dumb. But it's she doesn't want to be difficult because this is the thing to me where it's like this, I don't know.
Perfectly like, reflects like a woman's place in society.
Yeah, where she's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But like, and she knows that everybody's reluctantly letting her be on this trip with them.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just.
It is, yeah.
So I put myself in this place of like, where she's just trying to go with the flow, and it's to the point where it's to her detriment.
Yeah.
And it's the dread of it all is just what compels me, I think.
Yeah.
And also seeing it in the theater is a probably different
maybe
experience.
Way better. Yeah. I mean, it is beautifully shot, and like they make a lot of choices visually that disorient you as a watcher.
Yeah.
So as a viewer, a watcher, I'm a dum-dum. So that stuff's fun, but it's pretty slow. And Hereditary, the director did Hereditary also, which something super fucked up happens very early on in that, or like not very, but earlier, way earlier, and it starts like this spiral of crazy, and you don't know, like you honestly have no clue what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
So I just feel like I'm like that was a lot different for me, but this one is beautiful, and you are supposed to like understand, it never gets dark there, that's disorienting, they're tired from jet lag, they do shrooms, they're drinking constantly, like they're taking things that they probably shouldn't be taking, so
and also they're coming at it from like an anthropological like student perspective.
You like that.
I like that's what I love about it, is because they're trying to be respectful of this like very different culture, and so nobody says anything when something's like really weird or seemingly fucked up.
Yeah.
And that's why people can't get past this one part that happens where they're just like, how the fuck are they not freaked the fuck out by this? Because it's
been happening in their culture or whatever for so long.
Yeah. And it's a kind of it's kind of funny actually if you think of it. It's comical in a way where it's like, so over the top of making fun of the like trying to be respectful of
Yes.
it's I don't know.
Yeah, like yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway.
Wild. Well, what do you have a fucked up thing this week?
Nope.
No fucked ups?
Just that I still think about Midsummer every now and then, and I'm like, man.
Your fucked up thing is that, yeah, I only watched half of it.
Yeah, and whatever, it's cool,
Yeah. Well, I don't have a transition. Let's just talk about where were we last week?
No, yeah, we're spooky. We're talking about
keeping it spooky.
Talking about something that is very horrifying in our America's past.
Mm-hmm. And present.
And present, really.
Also, we're keeping it spooky all month.
Yeah, we're going to do weird.
You're going to get even spookier episodes, and we're kind of building up to it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
get ready.
Stay tuned.
Yeah, so last week we, like I said, laid the groundwork for some of the factors leading up to the crazy train of fucking just bullshit that happens in this little puritanical town of Salem.
Yeah.
People were accused. People were arrested.
Mm-hmm.
People were acting a fool. Mostly children were just accusing whoever they didn't like or
literal children.
Literal children. Like it all started with a 9 and 11-year-old girls who just got caught up, I think. They got scared.
Yeah.
They got bored, they got scared, and then they were like part of this huge thing that was much bigger than them and had to keep going.
It even got to the point where they were like bringing in, so like all these people were accused, and then they were like bringing in, like we talked a little bit at the end of last week's episode about the daughter of one of the accused witches was like she was 4 years old. She was brought in and interrogated, and then they like used that somehow like evidence that this woman was a witch, and it's like, no, this girl's just like scared and doesn't know anything because she's 4 years old.
And she's in a literal jail while these huge scary men are like yelling at her to confess to her mother being a witch.
Oh my God.
So wild. So
yeah. All these people were, like friends and family members, neighbors, anybody that knew some of these people who were accused were like brought in, and like some of them were actually arrested and brought in. Some were just like questioned. Mm-hmm. It was a whole big thing. And reading some of the names, I just this is like a side note for a second. I really love all of the last names of this time period, which some have still survived. Yeah. Like today, like Smith. The last name Smith is short for blacksmith, mm-hmm. which was a name based on the occupation of like families in, this time period or whatever, mm-hmm. maybe before that. But just reading some of the names of like the people that have been accused or brought in. Guess what? Let's play a game. Okay, guess what occupation these last names reflected. I'm going to start easy and then we're going to get harder. Okay, so like Rebecca Nurse, what is her occupation?
A nurse.
Probably. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if she was a nurse, but like at some point someone was, you know what I mean?
Or what was she, like a wet nurse?
Oh, maybe.
Or
I don't know.
Man, who knows?
I didn't look it up, but her name came from someone being a nurse at some point.
Got it.
Proctor.
Proctologist. Just kidding.
Butt doctor.
No,
a proctor is like a teacher.
Yeah, teacher.
Okay. Parish.
Like a religious person.
Yeah, like a parishioner.
Yeah.
Duster.
A crop duster. Just somebody who farts in church.
Oh my God. Someone who farts like in the four corners of the church and then it just creates like a crop dust.
Yeah.
I was thinking a maid or like someone who did cleaning stuff, but I like crop duster way better.
Okay.
Toothacher.
A person who pulls teeth.
Yeah, that makes sense. Or
toothacher,
yeah. Or yeah, like a dentist.
Or somebody who always has a toothache.
Yeah. Or someone that was born with a full set of teeth.
Ooh.
Maybe.
I hate it. Or like somebody who just has really bad teeth. Like,
yeah. Ooh, yeah.
I don't know.
That could be also. And then what about pudiator?
Somebody who eats pudding.
A pudiator?
Pud eater.
Oh, I think this one, pudiator. I think it's like the family with the lineage of halitosis.
Ooh.
And it's like putrid.
Ooh.
I don't know.
Pudiator.
Pudiator.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
I like that it's someone who eats pudding.
Okay.
Well, basically, all these people are like named.
Yeah.
Everybody is either accused or an accuser at this point.
Yeah.
Like, you're not escaping this.
And nobody can go back on their word, because if they did, like, if somebody was like, oh, I falsely accused
right
so-and-so, they would then be vulnerable to probably
being persecuted. Like, oh, the devil made you the devil made you lie.
Yeah. So this is like a double bind for everybody. And it's like they're already going down this road where it's so fucked up that they're like, and then there's like this self-important bullshit of these men who are putting these people on trial.
Yeah.
And they can't be wrong. If they're wrong, then the whole worldview of everybody just is fucked.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds very familiar to me. I don't know. We have some similar fucked up things happening in our society today, but
I know a lot. I know there a lot of that is like, on the one hand, like fake witch trials. Mm-hmm. Like the president's always accusing people of like, or a witch hunt.
Yeah.
Like he's always like accusing people of like a witch hunt. But also, all of this reminds me a little bit of like cancel culture too. Mm-hmm. It's like, I don't know. There's like a weird similarity in that it's like, we have all decided this thing or whatever is bad, but we're not going to fully explore like what is bad about it or any nuance. Yeah. And it's very weird.
I think that's a good point.
Yeah, maybe. Okay, so we're getting into the trials. So we talked a little bit about the first 3 witches that are tried and convicted: Sarah Osborne, Sarah Good, and Tituba. But that was like really the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah, these were the very first 3 initial like how they got the ball rolling on everything. It's like they were the first 3, and then 3 more people told, and then it just like
snowballed.
It just really snowballed.
But they were, I think they were found guilty like semi early on.
Yeah, I think because they were the first ones that it wasn't as outrageous somehow.
Yeah.
And I think Tituba, like, kind of, because she expanded upon all these accusations and just made up all this shit, and then they were like, you're a star witness, and then they eventually let her go because she was so cooperative.
More people were accused, but like the first 3 just opened the fucking floodgates.
Yeah.
Like things went fucking batshit crazy by May of 1692. So we talked about, like, in the last episode, this was February. It was
it started in February of 1692.
Yep, that these kids started acting crazy, and then they named these 3 women. By March 1st, they're being interrogated. Like, they're brought in. They start questioning them on March 1st. Then, like, things keep progressing. But by May of the same year, 1692, over 60 women, or people, I guess there were some dudes in there, had been accused. So, like, basically the whole town, because it wasn't that big.
No.
I mean,
it's like when you try to do an MLM in a small town and everybody's in it and you can't sell to...
And you're done.
And you're done.
Like, it's like you're all related somehow. Yeah. Like, someone's either your downline or you're someone's downline. Yeah. Like, everyone's so tied into this shit.
Yeah.
And they just, like, can't keep up. It's like they've accused too many people. The jails are full. They're like, they don't have time to, like, be asking all these questions. They need some help. They reach back out to Cotton Mather,
the pamphlet writing fool.
Fucking Mr. Pamphlet.
Yeah.
Mr. Pamphlet Worldwide over here.
Mr. 305.
Because he made 305 pamphlets. Yeah. No, we don't know how many he made. Whatever the New England zip code or area code is, we don't know.
It's like
Mr.
209. Well, DC's 202.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
And New York's 212. So it's somewhere in there, probably. 205.
Sure. Why not?
We don't know. Anyway, he's like, he's fucking guesting on every hit of the time. He's like...
Yeah, he's like the Dr. Phil of witch trials.
Oh, he's not the pit bull?
No, well...
He's both.
He's
bald.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. Well, he did wear a wig. He was not cute. He... I saw a drawing of him because there's no pictures.
A puritanical man named Cotton Mathers isn't hot? What?
No, it's just Mather. He's not Marshall Mathers. He's fucking Eminem of his time. Maybe.
Oh my God.
Cotton Mathers. He's like, let me help you guys, because if anything, I'll get some more pamphlets out of this. So he convenes with New England's hottest influencers. These are minister influencers, all right?
I thought you were going to say like men who are influencers.
No, they're ministers and they're influencers.
Oh,
they're
cool.
They're influencers, and they brought the content.
Okay.
They're like, we have so many thoughts on this, and we're gonna fill hella pamphlets. And so basically, Cotton comes back and he's like, he reminds them, because we already talked about in the last episode, like he said spectral evidence. Yes, I'm here for it. We like it. It's evidence, even though it's not.
Even though it's literally not evidence.
He's like, spectral evidence is great. Like, yes, we want to know if these 9-year-olds have had a vision of someone in our town, and we'll know they're a witch just based on that fact alone. But also, we should gather some other stuff just in case. So he's like... And then he's seeing that, like, some of the people who are being accused are upstanding citizens, like that one lady we talked about. And so he's like, look, the devil is bad, and he's not just picking out bad people. He's picking out good people, too. So, like, you gotta like, really diligent. Be careful. Yeah, be diligent. And, yes, spectral evidence, great. But, like, definitely look for other stuff. So, Cotton... also has a famous, prominent dad.
Yeah, his dad's the president of Harvard.
That's a fucking big job.
And his name...
Oh, my God.
Okay, you thought Cotton...
His name's not a name.
It's an adjective?
Yeah.
Increase.
A verb?
A verb.
I don't know which one. A verb, I think.
Yeah, it's a verb. Adverb. It's a thing.
It's an inverb.
An adverb is
yeah, it is.
Increase Mather, president of Harvard.
I'm sorry, you want me to increase what? Mather.
Increase her Mather. Hardly knew her.
Oh my God.
I don't know. Yeah.
Increase Mather.
It's like the names back then, if it wasn't like William or Jacob or like something religious, it was a thing that they just saw in a room.
They're like, I like money. I like increase of money. Oh, we should name our kid Increase. It's like, no, name your kid Money.
Money.
P.S. Cotton totally tried to get the same job his dad had held at some point.
Yeah.
He didn't get it. Maybe stop focusing on the pamphlets. Focus on an actual book, sir. So Cotton and Increase.
I can't.
What?
Cotton and Increase Mather.
They fucking go to the newly appointed governor of Massachusetts, and they loop him in. His name is also weird. First name, not weird, William. Second name, Phipps. It's missing the L's of Phillips. Mm-hmm. It's just Phipps. P-H-I-P-P-S.
We got Bill Phipps here.
Bill Phipps.
Billy Phipps. Yeah, they're like, okay, there's some crazy shit happening in Salem. We need to, like, get on the case. Mm-hmm. And they create the Court of Oyer and Terminer.
That's just a fancy way of saying hear and determine, which is what you do in a court anyway.
Yeah.
But I think they needed something specific because, like, otherwise the fucking court system was just clogged with all this bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, and this is like the burgeoning judicial system. There was no concept of innocent until proven guilty. It was just
there still isn't, but
yeah, well,
depending on who you are.
This was all very new. We're still trying to figure out how to do all this.
Yeah.
Judiciating. We're trying to figure out how to
judicial business. Yeah. It's official judicial business.
Yeah, we're trying to figure this out. Yeah. So these guys are like, okay, you're in Salem, y'all are getting wild here. We need to get this a little more organized. We're gonna help you out here. We're gonna get this straightened out.
Yeah.
Sort of.
They were like, the court of Oyster and Terminator has begun. Is in session. Bam. Yeah, so they create this court system and they're fully just focusing on all these witch accounts.
Yeah.
And it's like a circuit court for witch accusers.
Yeah, no, seriously.
Yeah. And they're just like, next, and they just like, bam, 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 what's the thing? Guilty or not guilty, next. Like, it's just like a circus.
Like, okay, you have a parking ticket, or you're accusing somebody of witchcraft.
Yeah, it's like same thing. It's same level of importance, same, like...
the volume is that wild.
It's a lot. But it's maybe a little bit more in depth. There's witnesses and shit, and like, quote-unquote evidence. This courtroom is a fucking... I want to say circus again. It's like P.T. Barnum is in there, just like bringing in elephants and shit. Because it's like a mess. There's young girls in there. They're screaming. They're saying people are poking them. They're talking about their dreams and their visions. And like, it's crazy. You could see drawings of it.
I mean, if you've seen The Crucible with Winona Ryder.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good portrayal.
I don't remember that part, but...
There's just like lots of screaming.
Yeah. People are just like losing their minds.
Mm-hmm. People are fucking bored. Okay.
This is reality TV circa 1692. Yes, like you're a person in town. Go to court today. See what's up. It's gonna be fun. There's gonna be girls screaming and accusing random townspeople of fuckery, and it's a lot. Wow. So, they're just like prosecuting woman after woman. Most of them are found guilty. And then, so we talked about spectral evidence, like the visions. That's not the only dumb shit they were using as evidence or like
ways to
test a witch.
Oh my God. What?
Oh God.
This is going to be bad.
Do you know these things?
No.
Oh my God. Okay, don't look.
Okay,
first there's also something called witch cake. So this is when they baked a cake with rye flour, which, ew, I don't think that would make a good cake.
Yeah.
It's not a flavor for, like, sweet.
It's very close textured.
What does that mean?
Don't you watch British Bake Off?
Oh, yeah, but I don't...
It's just dense.
Oh, okay. It doesn't create a lot of gluten. Yeah. Okay, well, that's gross. And then they also take the pee-pee of the affected girl.
What?
So they're like, hey, 11-year-old girl, pee into this cup. We're going to bake it into a rat cake.
Good God. Oh, Jesus Christ. What's wrong with them?
Then they take a fucking dog and they feed the cake to the dog. Now.
What is this supposed to do?
It's dog abuse.
Yeah.
Oh, nothing. None of this does anything.
I mean, but what do they think it's supposed to do?
Okay, they think that the person, as the dog eats the cake, it's like representative.
The piss cake?
The piss cake.
So weird.
Pissio cake.
Pissio cake.
Pissio cake. Tila Tequila's out here. She is, no. That was shit. Okay, so it's like the woman's soul or body goes into the cake through the affected piss. I don't know, because they think when the dog eats the cake, the witch will scream in agony. So like they give the dog a slice of piss cake. The dog eats it. They all wait. They look at the person who's been accused. And if she starts screaming in pain, then she's a witch. If not, I guess she's not a witch. They also use this to try and like sniff out people who like hadn't been named
Okay.
So they're like, or like maybe officially named or whatever. So like they were trying to like use this as a test early on. Okay. Well, it didn't work, and at the end of the day, you just fed pee-pee cake to a dog, and that's rude.
It's so mean.
Okay, the next thing is
although dogs eat their own shit sometimes, so.
But they're not eating, and maybe others dog shits, and maybe human shit if you left it to them. I mean, well. Also, piss is sterile, and it probably gets baked out like alcohol gets baked out.
Piss and rye cake. My God.
That's not a cake I would eat. You couldn't put enough frosting on that.
I bet Ina Garten can make a mean rye and piss cake.
Witch cake. Okay, so the second thing is the touch test. So if the accused witch... Oh, no, this isn't it. Wait, is that it? Oh, yeah. Sorry. I was mixing it up with the witch's teeth. That's last. Oh, yeah. You're going to like that one. No, there's nothing fun about it. If the accused witch touched the victim while the victim was having a fit. So, like, 11-year-old, 13-year-olds freaking out in the courtroom. They have the accused come over. If when she touches the kid stops freaking out, then she is a witch. Witch. Oh! It's so bad. It's so bad because the kid will just stop. Like, it's too much power for young tween girls.
Yeah.
Okay, so that one's not that fun or interesting, and it's just rude. The last one, the witch's teat. Okay, this is great. Okay. Basically, they find like a mole or a freckle or like a birthmark part of a woman's body, and they touch it.
Okay.
And if it's not sensitive to the touch, that's proof that they're a witch. Because your moles should hurt you if someone touches it or whatever. Anyway,
or like a nipple.
Yeah.
If it's like sensitive and it like you react to it.
Like,
I don't know.
Like, were they expecting like when you touch a nipple and it kind of like shrivels and gets hard? Like when you touch a mole, it gets hard.
So wait, it's supposed to be insensitive though. It's not supposed.
Right, but like if you touch a mole, nothing's gonna happen, and it doesn't hurt. And I have so many moles. I have this like huge one on my back. And it's like just like I'm like wiggling it right now because it's like so big and it's like loose, like it's like skin. It's not like the ones on my face that are like feel more hard.
Yeah,
it's like big, and I've asked them to cut it off, and they just won't.
It gets caught.
No, it doesn't even get caught. Pete scratches my back sometimes, but I know he loves me because he'll just scratch right over it, and it's fine. It doesn't hurt me, but he's not like scared of it, you know.
Oh, what a guy!
I know. Anyway.
He's not scared of it. He's not scared of your witch teat.
He's not scared of any of my witch's teats.
Oh.
So, he's so precious. He'll never listen to this part. I'll have to tell him to. Mm-hmm. I'll be like, he's always like, you said this about me or whatever. Yeah, and I'm like, calm down. But this is a nice thing.
Yeah.
He scratches my moles with love. All right.
So
anyway,
those are like the tests.
Some of the tests. Yeah, there's more other bullshit, but those were like fun ones.
Those are like more commonly.
Yeah, those were like pretty big ones.
Got it.
But basically just none of these
bullshit.
It's all bullshit. It is all dependent on like they're still all looking to children to like determine the fate of these adult women.
Yeah. And that's the scary part because eventually this gets to a point where they're like, okay, we need to kill some of these people.
Yeah, they're like, witches are bad, and it's devil stuff.
And the ultimate, punishment for this is execution.
Yeah.
And they actually do carry some of those executions out. So this results in many people being put in jail. And the first person to be executed is Bridget Bishop.
Oh. She has a religious last name.
Yeah.
How? Oh my.
Well, so she's an older woman who, I guess in the day was known for being kind of gossipy and maybe like, I don't even like using this word, but promiscuity.
Oh.
Which she probably was just a fun lady who liked to like talk and
fuck.
I bet maybe, but see, this is the thing. we don't even really know if she was fucking.
Like, she could have just been like flirtatious. She could have been flirtatious. She was a socialite.
Yes, she was just a fun lady.
Yeah.
And she was just trying to live her life. And when they asked her when she was on the stand if she committed witchcraft, she responded, "I am as innocent as the child unborn." But the court was not into this. They were like, "You're awful, and you're definitely a witch." And they just like didn't want to hear it, and they found her guilty. And so on June 10th, she became the first person hanged on what was later called Gallows Hill.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and then they just start rolling through all these people, and there's a lot of people that were accused, but some people were just also thrown in jail for not cooperating.
Oh my God.
And it just got so bad. But
how do you cooperate in something that's like such fucking bullshit? Like, that's what's so scary about these things.
Well, and that's the thing. If you are a principled person and you're like, I'm telling the truth, like I can't lie.
Yeah.
This did not happen, and you can't even do that. So, and to lie to like get yourself out of something is a thing that some people just were not willing to do.
Yeah.
And they were the ones that were probably the most moral and upstanding.
Yeah.
Ultimately, that they were the ones that were killed because they were so either pious or good that was one of their guiding principles, was not to lie.
Yeah.
And even if it meant to save themselves, they weren't going to do it.
Yeah.
And that's really fucking sad. And they're like, well, only God can judge me and save me. And if this is the will, if this is your will, then who's to say that I'm, fuck you, you're a man. Like, I don't know.
It's wild. This is also like, so this is like almost 100 years before the Constitution was signed and stuff, which this is like a perfect example of why you can't have religion dictating law, because it's a bunch of like just people interpreting something that you could believe exists or doesn't exist, and then putting that onto the rest of society. And it's like, all of these people, the whole reason they got into this mess is because they're like, the devil does this. It's like, first of all, not real. Yeah. Second, you're making assumptions based on something you know nothing about, and then now you're like ruining people's lives over it. Yeah. It was a big fucking time.
Yeah, it was it got so bad. 5 more people were hanged that July.
Oh my God.
Of 1692. And then 5 more in August, and then 8 more in September.
Oh my God.
So this was like the peak of everybody getting the ultimate treatment for this shit.
And these were like people who were found guilty, but they also even killed people like who were outliers. Yeah. Like, I think we brought up, Martha Corey. She was like a very pious woman, right?
Yeah. So, and then also in addition to those people who were executed, 7 other accused people were in jail and died from just being in horrible conditions.
One of them, one of the original 3 witches. Yeah. I think Sarah Osborne.
Or accused.
Yeah. Oh my God.
But yeah, Martha Corey, we had mentioned before, she was super pious, and she was like one of the people where when she was accused, everybody was like, whoa, what the fuck are you talking about? Yeah. Her husband was also caught up in this, and he refused to enter into a plea agreement because he was like, this is fucking bullshit. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, he stood by his principles of not trying to save himself from this fuckery. Yeah. And he was crushed to death by stones for not admitting to anything or doing a plea deal.
Yeah, they like put a stone on him, and then they're like, now do you want to enter the plea agreement? He's like, no. Then they add another one, and they just like slowly crushed him to death. Yeah. It's fucking rude.
Awful, awful, awful. So by the end of all this bullshit, over 200 people stood accused and tossed in jail. And of those accused, 20 people died as a result of this fuckery. Oh my God. I always thought it was way more. Yeah. But there was so many people that were just accused that it just seems it's like inflated, I think.
It's so weird. Like, how did they pick and choose the ones to kill? It's like
probably the ones that were the most defiant.
Maybe, yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't know. So yeah, eventually, after most of the town was accused and they had killed all these people, they were finally like, "Yikes!
Yikes! What did we just like?
Whoopsie!
Did we just like totally? Yeah, it's like, oh no! Like it finally got to the tipping point of like, well, we've accused so many people here. Maybe this isn't real. I don't know.
Yeah, everybody. It
Yeah.
It got like reality set in, and they were just like, I think we fucked up.
The bottom fell out. Yeah.
So Increase Mather was like, you guys, come on, this is getting real rough. Maybe we should stop. And he famously said, it would be better that 10 suspected witches may escape than one innocent person be condemned. So he was like not into it anymore.
Yeah.
Kind of lose your taste for fucking
murder
up people's lives and
yeah.
murder. After some good people. Like that's what I'm saying about the common sense of this was just gone, and it just took I don't know how they snapped out of it, but they realized after they had executed all these people that it was not good.
Well, it's so hard too. Like I can only imagine you're like in that courtroom, you're looking around the room, and you have all these townspeople who like are like decent people with like blood in their eyes because they're just like, yeah, fuck this person up, they're a witch, and you're just like, ew, what is happening?
Yeah, everybody got caught up, and it was just so bad. And then the public interest and support for the trials eventually started to wane, and Governor Phipps, he ended up dissolving the court of Oyer and Terminer in October, and he mandated that its successor disregard the spectral evidence.
Which means like moving forward,
we're not taking this into consideration at all.
We're not going to use your vision of this person in your room teasing you as evidence.
Yeah. Then the trials continued to dwindle in intensity until early 1693. And that was, kind of the end of it. But by that May of 1693, Phipps had pardoned and released all of the people that were still in prison on witchcraft charges. And then January of 1697, the Massachusetts General Court declared a day of fasting for the tragedy of the Salem Witch Trials. And then in 1702, the court declared the trials were unlawful. And then in 1711, the colony passed a bill restoring the rights and good names of those accused, and they granted financial restitution to their heirs.
Too little, too late. You killed a bunch of people.
Yeah. And then it wasn't until 1957, more than 250 years later, that Massachusetts formally apologized for the events of 1692. Shit.
Damn. You know what? It takes a lot, and it's good they did. None of them were there.
No.
But you got to acknowledge it.
That's right.
That's what this time is all about.
In order to heal things, you do have to admit to it.
Even if you weren't directly responsible for it.
You know who was directly responsible for it was fucking Governor Phipps and fucking Increase and Cotton and all these men.
Yeah.
And they even admitted, they're like, ooh, sorry. They publicly admitted they were wrong, but they never had anything happen to them.
Also, all those shitty little girls that just like came out and lied because they wanted attention.
They were little kids. I kind of don't blame
them. Some were like 17, which is like 30 in today's age.
However, I don't blame them because they were propped up by these adults.
Yeah. The adults shouldn't have listened to them to begin with. But everybody bought into all that bullshit and was like, "Oh my God, the devil, where?" And then it's like, "Oh great, now what's happening?"
I think they were victims of the system in which they were being brought up, but still, they fucked up people's lives.
Yeah. They got people killed.
They did. Yeah, so just kind of to wrap this up, there was some misconceptions and about all this shit that happened and maybe some reasons why this happened. We've already kind of
Oh.
talked about what we think our reasoning for this was, which was people were fucking bored, people were
Yeah.
repressed, and it reached a tipping point.
It's kind of like, it's a little bit like, I know you're going to go into specific stuff, but like, it reminds me a little bit of that dancing plague.
Yeah.
Like
It's
how.
a mass hysteria thing.
Yeah, mass hysteria. Yeah.
Yeah.
Massachusetts hysteria.
That's right.
Bing, bing.
Yeah, so that's like some of the reasoning, but then some people have brought forward more theories, and it's just that thing of where everybody wants a clean explanation for why this happened, and there really isn't. There's a lot of compounding factors, I think, and it's just
It legit snowballed. And you just can't, like,
yeah.
It's too hard by the time it's over to, like, look back and be like, this was the one reason. It's, like, just a compounding reasons. Like,
and fear always fucks people up.
Yeah.
So...
And also the devil is responsible.
Devil, so. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But some misconceptions for me, and maybe some other people out there always thought some of these things.
Yeah.
But one of the things I always thought was that people were burned at the stake or drowned.
Yeah.
But that didn't happen. The people that were killed in this particular instance of, witch hunt mania, were all the people that were convicted and sentenced were hanged, except for Giles Corey, Martha Corey's husband.
Oh, yeah.
Who was crushed by the stones.
The rocks. Well, were witches burned to the stake, like, earlier, like, in medieval times and stuff?
Yeah, but that was, like, in Europe.
Right.
When we're thinking of, like, Joan of Arc and...
Yeah. But in this event, people were just hanged.
Yeah. And then the panic didn't just happen in Salem.
Oh, right.
It started in Salem Village, which was, as I had mentioned in the first part of this episode, or part one of the two-part.
Oh, right.
Last week.
Mm-hmm.
It's currently Danvers, Massachusetts. It did start there, but it ended up that it kind of spread all throughout the Massachusetts Bay Colony, in about 24 communities.
I wonder if this is why they call it mass hysteria. Wow.
And then another thing that I've always heard about the Salem Witch Trials was that it was all this like hysteria and weird shit that happened with the girls and all that was due to ergot poisoning, which is when you eat moldy rye bread and it makes you hallucinate and all that shit.
Oh, it's not when you win an Emmy, a Golden Globe,
an EGOT,
an Oscar, and a Tony? What's the R stand for?
A Razzie.
Ooh, that's good.
Yeah, that's good.
You have to win one of the... Okay, if you're like John Legend needs to win a Razzie at some point, just so he's humbled.
Yeah.
Like, because he's an EGOT.
Yeah.
So.
This has been debunked by... I don't know. It's a theory. I mean, maybe it was a thing that happened, but it wasn't the entire reason for this happening.
No, because there were still adults who wouldn't have had this poisoning that should have looked at the... like, that was an explanation maybe for the actual physical...
Yeah.
hallucinations and stuff, right? But that still doesn't explain why all the adults were like, yeah, let's roll with this,
Yeah, and, like, even... saying like the little girls that started this whole thing where they had the ergot poisoning.
Yeah.
They ate, like, everybody was eating the same food and nobody else had those symptoms. So that whole thing, it's been...
You'd have whole families. But it was just the kids.
Yeah. So there's a bunch of evidence that didn't actually happen.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's just imagination was running wild and...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, like, now we look back at this and we're like, fucking crazy, man. Like, there's no... Why did this happen? But it's just too many things.
Yeah, and you really wish somebody who was in a position of power would have spoken up and stopped all this. Mm-hmm. And that's not at all what happened. It just literally kind of petered out because it too many people got thrown in jail, basically. And it was like, okay, this is kind of ridiculous. What are we doing here? We just killed a bunch of people. And it was like that slow dawning realization that it was bad.
Well, again, like people, like it was way earlier in our country's history specifically where people were like, oh, we should separate this thinking from how we govern. So it's like people were all just like so religious and like just all subscribed to this idea that the devil was like influencing, it was like just, of course, that's what everyone thought. So no one's going to come along and be like, wait, maybe we should think.
Yeah, because if you did, then
you were a witch.
You're a witch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would definitely be a witch and be killed.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh, I would have.
I would have been killed real quick.
Yeah, they would have definitely wrangled me up and thrown me in. I don't know. Who's to say when you're in that position, though?
That's true. If you would have been like, or you just would have hoped you would have been caught early on and been like, yeah, I'm a witch, and they're like, okay, just like don't do it anymore.
Yeah,
and you're like, okay, bye.
Yeah, I'm gonna just like actually leave this entire town. Y'all are fucking crazy. Like Tituba, man, she's a real hero of this.
She
shit.
is. Yeah. She's a survivor. She's not gonna give up.
You could argue too that she made it 10 times worse by
for the other people
making everything up
1,000%.
But I mean, good for her. Like, she got free because of it.
Yeah.
Like,
but like maybe other ladies died, but also you know what? You're looking out for number one. They should have caught on.
Well, when everybody was so stupid and blinded by being so scared of everything.
Yeah.
That's when you gotta
also
go out through the back door.
Yep. It's a lesson to be not too pious also because the ones who were got. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So it's like, you know what? Maybe if all the evidence is pointing to maybe just tell this one lie because they're going to let you off.
And also like, what's so bad about the devil?
Nothing. Everything's good about it. Like all the bad stuff's the best stuff.
Yeah,
everyone needs to calm the fuck down.
It's just silly. The whole thing.
It's too much.
Too much.
I don't like it.
High stakes for such boring shit.
Oh my god. I mean, it is like it's too Mean Girls. It's too like all this stuff is too like everyone wanted to fit in and it cost people their lives.
Just let people see some titties.
Show your titties. Fucking
let people drink a little. Let people you need outlets.
Yeah.
Everything in moderation, but come on.
They should have opened a pub with drinks and then a back room where people were showing titties and dicks and then everybody could go get their rocks off and it would have been so great.
Yeah.
But no. It's just don't repress yourselves.
No.
Oh my god.
Let that be a lesson to you.
Respect yourselves like fucking Bruce Willis says in his hit from the 90s.
What?
Do you remember that song?
No. My god.
You don't know that song Respect Yourself by Bruce Willis?
No.
Oh my god, it's so good. I can't wait to play it for you right now.
Oh my god.
I was okay. Anyway. All right. Well, respect yourself.
Okay, well, I mean that does go hand in hand with
it does.
How we feel about everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for listening.
We love you.
We love you.
Oh my god, we think you're the good witches.
Yeah. You know what? If being a witch is like the worst thing, I want to be the worst. The worst witch.
Yeah. I think witchy thoughts, like.
Oh, I curse people all the time.
Oh my god.
I'm not into like real gnarly curses. Just like, I hope you have diarrhea today.
Like, I just, like, sometimes wish people's days were ruined, but, like, not in a bad way that would, like, haunt them for the rest of their lives. Just, like, oh, you, like, make yourself a coffee at work and you go to pour your milk into it and it's spoiled.
Ooh.
And then there's no more milk in the fridge and you have to drink your coffee either with spoiled milk or the way you don't like it.
Or, yeah, and it was, like, the last, like, capsule for the fucking thing. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Ooh, that'll ruin your day, but it won't ruin your life for your year or your month. Really, it only ruins your morning. You go to Starbucks and you get your coffee.
Even your year.
I'll be there for you.
Because I cursed you before.
Okay.
We got to stop. All
well,
right.
let's get out of here.
Well, thanks for listening. Have a wonderful day. Follow us on social medias at DTFU Podcast everywhere. And you know what? Be excellent to yourselves
and each other.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.